Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. Today we will be talking about the second stimulus package and why it is so important to get it out to the American people as soon as possible, here on Stimulus Check Updates today. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any important news like today's, and stay to the end of the video to hear everything you need to know on your stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, and all the other benefits included in the next stimulus relief package. So you may already know that in these recent weeks the hope for a new bill that would support a new stimulus check and unemployment benefits for the people of America has been growing more and more faint. With the first stimulus package now being a distant memory, as well as Trump's lost wage assistance program running out of money very soon. The economy and everyone in it are having a major struggle that is one of the worst we have seen in many generations. However, soon that all might change with a new stimulus package that is in the works. We should see a new bill passed before the presidential elections, or the struggling people of this country might not be able to recover from this devastating blow. Last week brought renewed sense that a divided Congress could put together some sort of plan. That optimism came in the form of the March to Common Ground COVID stimulus framework, issued by 25 Democrats and 25 Republicans calling themselves the Problem Solvers Caucus. The package seeks to tackle key areas of need, ranging from unemployment assistance to direct assistance for individuals and families. It would also address school and childcare, along with testing and healthcare and aid to states and localities. All are needed aid in order to fight back against the hardships that many Americans and their families have been facing these past few months. Without proper aid, we could be seeing the worst downfall in our nation we will experience in our own lifetime. The framework would run for 6 months and include a system of boosters and reducers that would increase or decrease relief depending on the pandemic's severity. The plan could cost $1.50 to $2 trillion. That may be a huge number to everyone who hears it, but without it, there will not be any hope for many people to turn this horrible situation for the better. President Trump has voiced his support for a larger stimulus plan than Republicans have previously supported. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is planning to keep the House in session until a deal can be reached. It's now, as it was before, a matter of agreeing on how much money should be spent. Now, with Trump himself and many others catching the virus, this better opens the eyes and minds of those in Congress who have been reluctant to pass a new bill that has a larger spending number. You can't forget that depending on how much they are willing to spend dictates whether or not we can get through this outbreak. In general, Democrats hope to spend more, and Republicans less. In terms of a stimulus check, that could mean up to $1,200 per person, $2,400 for married couples, if your adjusted gross income is less than $99,000 per year, $198,000 per year. Democrats propose including another $1,200 per dependent for up to 3 dependents. Republicans want to limit the dependent payout to $500. According to Giacomo Santangelo, of Fordham University, if we believe that stimulus works and we want it to be as widespread as possible, we don't want to limit it to just a small group of people. We want it to go to as many people as possible. In which I agree with him in this statement. Everybody who has been hurt by the outcome of this outbreak should be seeing benefits that will improve their lives, even if it means they will just save the cash. They need to stop worrying about the economic future and start focusing on the now, which is saving the lives of millions of Americans and keeping families safe by providing the funds and information that will lead to a better outcome. In terms of additional unemployment payments, on top of what individual states provide, Democrats are aiming to match the weekly $600 previously provided in the CARES Act. Republicans want to have that to $300. The Problem Solvers proposal, mentioned previously, splits the difference at $450 per week for 8 weeks, and up to $600 after that, though not more than someone's previous wage. I think it should matter if they keep more than their previous wage. That just the people who are getting more than what they previously earned have a greater chance of making their lives better by having more cash either to spend or save for improving their overall living situation. You basically have 2 kinds of unemployment going on, says Santangelo. The kind where employers told people to go home right now, but once things bounce back, I'm going to hire you back. And there are those kinds of employees where the economy said that your services are no longer necessary. When the economy comes back, they're not coming back. They're not getting those jobs back. Think of all the minimum wage jobs that have been lost during all this already. Those people were most likely already struggling with bills and everything else, and now they are in a very hard and disheartening situation. Not only must they fear getting the virus, but now they might lose their homes, cars, and other things now that they are unemployed. Even if they are able to get another shabby job, the struggle of recovering will be almost impossible for some people for many more years, unless the government can supply the aid they need to either get back on their feet or enough money to securely keep what they own and not lose it all, or even give them a head start. So the money that's going out is going to do two things, says Santangelo. It's going to tide people over who are waiting for their jobs to come back. But it's also extending aid for people who are never going to get their jobs back. Like I was saying, at this point in time, many if not most of those jobs fall in the second category. The election is November 3rd, which doesn't leave a lot of time to work out a deal and then implement it. The House is scheduled to go on break October 2nd until after the election, but is prepared to stay in session. The Senate is set to break on October 9th also until after the election, but could stay and vote if the House gives them a package. There's always a chance that Congress passes a series of smaller bills, rather than one comprehensive bill. President Trump could also go the executive action route once again. Regardless of the method, the important thing is to keep the economy going. Many Americans who receive aid will pump it back into the economy. So, either way, a bigger bill would be the greater choice than a smaller one. If consumption can be aided by putting money in hand, then you put money in hand, says Santangelo. It is the whole purpose of a social safety net, like Social Security, like unemployment, like Medicaid. That there is a need. We don't want consumption to stop. And with that quote we end today's video. Thank you so much for watching this far, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on information just like this on your stimulus checks. I hope you are being safe out there and staying strong. I'll catch you next time on Stimulus Check Updates.